the entire country is in deep distress. On the one side, the fear of the spread of the most dangerous COVID-19 virus, and on the other side, the economic downfall as a result of the lockdown declared by the government. In this situation, when the COVID-19 virus entered India and started attacking India, the government, which used to claim that we are at par in economic and other development with America, China and other developed countries, was totally exposed. There was no mask, there was no medical coverall suit, no personal protective equipments available for the front-line warriors who are in the battlefield against the COVID-19 virus. The entire country was in lockdown. People were staying at their home. A call was given by the Ministry of Defence that the ordnance factory and its workers should come forward to meet this challenge. They should diverse their production for manufacturing PPEs required for the frontline warriors, our doctors, our nurses, our paramedical staff, our sanitary workers and others. We accepted the challenge. The ordnance factories accepted the challenge. We have never manufactured these items. But we told the government, within a week, we will develop and we will start bulk manufacturing. We did it. Today, 19 ordnance factories are involved in this COVID-19 manufacturing. And we have supplied lakhs of medical masks, more than 30,000 medical coverall suits, more than 3 lakh liters of hand sanitizers. We have even produced more than 1,000 tents, which is to be used as medical wards in the hospitals and the other army units. We have developed the most complicated blood penetration testing machine at HVF, OCF, Small Arms Factory Kanpur and Ordnance Factory Kanpur. In this situation, the government of India, the Narendra Modi led BJP government, instead of recognizing the workers, the ordnance factories, instead of understanding that ordnance factories are a war reserve, ordnance factories not only perform during war period, but they also perform during the peace period whenever the nation requires its service, has taken a decision to corporatize the Indian ordnance factories and to list the ordnance factories in the share market so that easily the ordnance factories can be privatized. When the Prime Minister announced that he is going to give rupees 20 lakh crore worth of economical relief to the people of our country, to the various sectors of our country, the people were anxiously waited that some good announcement will come from this government. But this government is inhuman, insensitive, and taking advantage of the COVID-19 situation, instead of giving relief to the people, have started putting bombs on the different sectors. The public sectors of our country, the government sector of our country, the Indian Railways, the Indian Ordnance Factories, the DRDO, the Military Engineer Service, the Postal Department, and the public sector undertakings, they are all national assets. They are the property of the citizens of this country. They are people's property. But our finance minister, in the name of this financial package, Atmanirbhar has destroyed these entire organizations. Public sectors will be dismantled in this country. 219 years old Indian ordnance factories, the oldest industrial setup in our country, right from Britishers period, it was always under the control of the government. But today, the government to benefit the corporate houses. Because these ordnance factories, when it was established, these factories were in forest, in deep villages. But today, all those places have become port cities. 60,000 acres of land and thousands of crores of plant and machineries are available with these factories. The corporate houses, the Indian capitalist was having an eagle eye on these institutions. The government has taken advantage of the COVID-19 virus and have taken this decision to destroy, to liquidate the Indian ordnance factories. In fact, there is a strike negotiation pending with the government. When a strike negotiation is pending, and that too with the direction of the Chief Labour Commissioner of this country, the government has gone to the extent of ignoring the trade unions, the 82,000 employees, and it has arbitrarily, illegally and in an unjustified manner declared that the ordnance factories will be corporatized and it will be listed in the share market, and in due course of time it will be sold to any corporate houses, whoever is closing to the ruling party. This is what is going to happen. Therefore, the three federations which are recognized by the Government of India and which represents the entire 4 lakh defence civilian employees, which includes the 82,000 ordnance factory employees, have jointly decided to fight back. We have already sent our protest to the Prime Minister, to the Defence Minister, to the Finance Minister, condemning the decision taken by the government. It is a thankless decision. It is an insensitive decision. The 82,000 employees are very much hurted. They are injured in their heart by the decision taken by this government, because it is these employees who risked their life during the entire COVID-19 period. Night and day they came to the factory. They worked and still working, and for them this is the reward being given by a thankless government. Definitely the 82,000 workforce is not going to pardon this government. The trade unions have already decided that they will go for an indefinite strike. This has been communicated to the Defence Minister and the Honorable Prime Minister. We have not yet received any response from the government, but our preparations are going on. Our unions all over the country in the 41 ordnance factories, in whatever manner they can protest, irrespective of the COVID-19 pandemic and irrespective of the lockdown. Our unions are in struggle path. We have already decided that on the 21st, 82,000 employees will send a protest letter to the Prime Minister and the Defence Minister. On the 22nd, we will have a demonstration, keeping social distance all over the country, against corporatization, against scrapping the labour laws, against increasing the working hours from 8 to 12 hours. The All India Defence Employees Federation, the Pioneer Federation, representing the major workforce of the ordnance factories, will not remain as a silent spectator. We will fight it out. For the past 20 years, we are fighting against corporatization, right from Atal Bihari Vajpayee's period. There are written agreements with the 3 ministers that ordnance factories will not be corporatized. In violation of all these agreements, in violation of the strike negotiation pending, this arbitrary decision has been taken by the government. The workers are not going to take this very lightly. They are already in an agitated mood, and the preparations are going on throughout the country for an indefinite strike. I only appeal to the patriotic citizens of this country, it is not a struggle of the trade unions. It is not a struggle of the workers of ordnance factories alone. It is a national struggle, because the Indian ordnance factories are meant for supplying arms, ammunition, weapons, parachutes, tents, troop comfort items like uniforms, protective clothing, tanks, weapons, and so many other products required for the Indian Army. The Prime Minister has told we all should be vocal for local, and it is the ordnance factories for the past 218 years is locally producing everything required for the armed forces. But today, overnight, how the government has taken a decision to sell out this organization. Each and every citizen of this country who is concerned about the defense of this country, who is concerned about the security of this country, who is concerned about the sovereignty of this country, should raise their voice and join with us in our struggle to save this 218 years precious defense industry of our country. Thank you very much.